yeah. Go on there, man.
Welcome back to We Watched a Movie. Wham. It's so good. Just like Deadpool says. I'm Jay, that's Mike, and we're going to be talking about Frailty. Goddamn! Fuck yeah!
Gosh, man.
Now I feel frail. T is the movie. And so basically this is about a country western film-ish. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a country film or country western, but it's like a southern kind of film. A dad, Bill Paxton, is raising his 2 kids alone. Seems hunky-dory. Everything's good. Everything's cool. Until one day, his trophy talks to him. It tells him that he has to kill demons. And he wakes his kids up in the middle of the night and tells them that they're going to go out and hunt demons. And he can see them, but no one else can see them. And they have to use special weapons, which is basically an axe and fucking gloves, and murder these demons. And that's pretty much the plot, the synopsis of what's going on. And one kid is resistant to the idea, the other kid is on board with the idea. And it's just a really dysfunctional Dr. Phil moment. Like, we just don't know what's going to happen. We just don't know. Tune in for episode part 2. Catch me outside. How about that? First thing I want to say is Matthew McConaughey is also in this. He's at the very beginning of the movie. And this is going to be a spoiler review. And this movie's been out for a while, so hopefully you've seen it. And if you haven't, I don't know what to tell you.
Just got added to Netflix.
It did, so it's a good Netflix check. But Matthew McConaughey is in it at the very beginning. He's kind of like the narrative. He starts the narration of the entire story, and he basically goes to this FBI agent and tells him, I know who the God's Hand Killer is, because there's this killer that's been on the loose called the God's Hand Killer, a serial killer that's killed like 6 people, and he was, the FBI agent's talking. That guy's a really good actor. I don't know his name. He's a great actor.
He's scary as fuck.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey in the later movies that he did when he got really big, he's always like flamboyant, and he's always like exciting, and everything's like crazy with him. And this one's like really like laid back and reserved, and he's talking like this, man. Like, look, I know who the killer is. I sound like the dude from fucking Logan. It's like, I want the girl. But he's like, it's just a different kind of performance than Matthew McConaughey. The craziest I've ever seen McConaughey, the weirdest thing I've ever seen McConaughey in is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think 3.
Yeah.
That was fucking weird to see Matthew McConaughey.
I was thinking of him in Ed TV, like, clip his fingers. It's like, see, some people try to rush through things. You got to take your time with it.
Bill Paxton, the way it all works out, actually does see demons. Like, that's the reveal at the end. Like, all that shit, like he was killing people and stuff, and Fenton, who was the resistant against it, he got thrown in the fucking cellar and shit. I mean, goddamn, he was really all over the place. It was true. Now, I was so glad that freaking Bill Paxton got justified, because the entire time I was watching, I was like, please, God, let it be true. Because I didn't want Bill Paxton to be like a murderer and asshole. Like, I didn't want murderer and asshole. I actually sounded like country.
You're a murdering asshole. I don't believe him.
I didn't want him to be bad. And it turns out that he was telling the truth the entire time. And one of the creepiest scenes in this movie is when Bill Paxton goes to his son, and he's like, the angel came to me last night and told me you're a demon, but I can't believe that. And but the thing that Bill Paxton does so great in this is every single line that he delivers in this movie is it's packed with such, I don't know what it is, it's charisma or something, but he feels like a real dad, like a dad, and you're like, man, why can't I be your dad?
It's like your son. It's like what we talked about when we did the Twister review, man. The thing about Bill Paxton, what's so sad about him passing, is that there's no one on this planet like him. He would take any role, and there's no. We mentioned this last time. There's no Jared Leto. I gotta go and full intense craziness into it. Yeah. He just literally takes the role and he does it. I mean, he's a fucking class A actor, and he will forever be underrated.
I think that Bill Paxton is a man's man. Like, that's what I can't describe it any better than that. Like, he's an everyday guy, and everybody can get behind what Bill Paxton played or how he played those characters in those films. And that's the thing in this movie, is he is like a southern, like, simple guy, and he's got these 2 boys, and he got this message from God, and to kill these demons. God says, I was going to send you a list, and you've got to kill some. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. I was going to fuck some. I was going to put my dick up in.
That's not what God said.
I know, he didn't say that. The demon did. But he gets this. It's not God technically. It's the angel or whatever. That was a cool scene when he's under the car, and that angel comes down. He has the fucking. Shit, man. It was weird. Trippy as shit. Trippy as balls.
That's what makes this movie a good horror movie. Is that right there? The number one thing I want to say about this movie is the way it's so shot. It's not even low budget. It feels real, man. It feels almost like it came on a Lifetime network, because it's gritty and grimy and dirty. And he directed the movie too, and he directed it so well. It seems so like. The whole thing almost seemed blurry in this weird way, and it gives us this whole realistic tone to it, like you're watching almost a documentary about a crazy fucking person.
I know.
It's just so creepy. I feel like, when I watch the movie, I feel like I'm in a cabin where the light's barely cracking through, and the dust, you can see the dust. That's the way I feel the entire movie. Yeah, man, that's...
you're
myself in that fucking mode.
Good for you.
Puts me in the mode.
Good for you.
It does.
Get you sexual going. It does feel like dreamscapey, like a dreamy kind of weird offsetting kind of atmosphere.
And for some movies, it would
like even the Rose Garden where they bury all these bodies. That whole scene when they're burying the bodies, it just feels really freaking creepy or something. I don't know what it is.
There's also moments that feel a lot like, I can't think of it, fuck my face, I can't think of it, fuck my face.
Fucking good.
Stir of Echoes. Remember when he
stirred? He was stirring the echoes?
Yeah, he's stirring the echoes. In Stir of Echoes, when Kevin Bacon's digging the hole, they had that scene because
that was good.
His son's not seeing what he wants him to see. He won't buy into his crazy batshit craziness. So he makes him. He's like, you're gonna go out here. You're gonna dig this hole. I want it 10 feet wide and 10 feet deep, and don't come in until it's fucking done. And
15 feet deep.
Even though he ended up being bad or whatever, I like that kid because he's like, fuck you. I'm gonna build this fucking hole, and I'm not gonna pray one goddamn time.
He was already
so hard.
He was already a school shooter in the making. He's like, Dad, you're fucking dead, and Mom, you're fucking dead. Like he just had that whole thing going on with him. Yeah, you're right. He was like that rebellious kid. Though. He did not want to fucking believe. He's like, there is no God. Even when he threw him in the cellar and shit.
Well, when he said that, I was like, oh, you done fucked up, Chimichanga.
Yeah, Bill Paxton
fucked up.
I thought Bill Paxton was gonna be an abusive father in this. He's not. He's like really, really patient with his son. He's like, why can't you just see God, you sons of a bitch? Like I'm trying my best.
You stole my design, you son of a bitch.
There's nothing like I don't know. He's just so patient and oh my god. So Fenton in the movie is like I said, he's really resistant to the idea, and Bill Paxton tells him that, you know, God said you're a demon. I don't believe him. You don't have faith, and that's why I'm gonna keep you going with me, you know, on these missions to get these people, and you'll eventually see. And he never does, and that's why he makes him go in that cellar and starves him essentially until he has a vision. Basically, that kid snaps, though, is really what the deal is. I did like how they drew parallels, and they even say it in the movie, between the biblical stuff like Abraham and Isaac. Like Abraham was supposed to sacrifice his kid in the Bible because God told him to.
That's what I thought of when I was watching.
Exactly. And they even mentioned that, but, you know, Matthew McConaughey has this, and that was cool how they do these jump cuts, too, because you go, like, from, you know, what's happening in the past, what was going on with Bill Paxton's kids, then it goes back to Matthew McConaughey talking to the FBI agent, saying, I can show you where the bodies are buried, and they're having this whole kind of, you know, dialogue together. They did that really well, but essentially, yeah, Matthew McConaughey tells the FBI agent, you know, God didn't take pity on my dad like he did on Abraham, and it was kind of fucking cool though. Like, and this is at the end of the movie when he takes the FBI agent, and this is when it's all revealed that it was real, and he tells the FBI agent, he was like, you know, the FBI agent's like, well, none of that makes sense or whatever, what you're telling me. He's like, it does if Adam Minkus is standing right in front of you, and he reveals that he's not Fenton, he's Adam, he's the actual Adam kid that he was been like saying that he was like the little boy. He was saying he was Fenton, and Fenton is a serial killer. See, that's how it's so cool though, because when Fenton grew up, Fenton became an actual serial killer. He wasn't killing for God's work. He was killing people just to kill them and keeping their bodies and playing with them and putting their boobies in his mouth. I don't know what he was doing, but Adam, Matthew McConaughey, when he grows up, he was continuing his dad's line of work, because when he does, you see this throughout the film. When Bill Paxton touched somebody, there's like, oh shit, like a shocking moment, but you never see, like they don't change to like the demonic form or anything. He just sees what they've done in their sins. And when he touches the FBI agent, Matthew McConaughey, the audience, us, finally get to see everything they see. Like, it reveals all their sins. Like, you know, this FBI agent had killed his mother, and before that, they showed the scenes where Bill Paxton touched that nurse, and she had slit a guy's throat, and another one that killed little kids, and that's why they murdered him, because they were demons, essentially. Fenton, on the other hand, was just Dexter. Like, I mean, he just wanted to kill people.
Well, and if you go back to it, remember, he thought the angel told him he's a demon. And he didn't believe the angel.
That was another
thing. So is he a demon, or did all that shit just fuck him up?
That's what I'm saying. And he did throw him in a fucking cellar. But, I mean, and then also, Fenton's already started out, like, he killed his own dad. Like, Bill Paxton fucking, I hated that scene, dude. Because I thought that Fenton was finally coming around, and he had big fucking Otis, the axe, they call it Otis, and he slices his fucking dad and kills him and hits him in the belly. And I felt like Darth Vader at the end of the episode, there's like, no! Like, I was so fucking...
See, you watch this movie differently than I do. Even today when I watch this
movie... I didn't want to die.
When the first time I watched it, the twist fucking blew me away. It blew me, literally. It was like, the twist was, it became the TV and then blew me. It was like, I'm the twist, see you later. You never catch me, bye! See ya!
I'm the gingerbread man.
But... even when I watch this today, knowing the twist, I still watch it because it's creepier to me and it makes the movie work better for me. As if Bill Paxton is a crazy fuck and like he's putting his kid through the shit, and even knowing the twist, I still side with the kid and I still feel like what he's going through because that's what makes the movie scary.
Well, I'm gonna have to go get Otis.
That's what makes the movie scary though. Is imagine being that kid, like you're this little kid, and yeah, your mom died, but you got this okay life with your dad, and Bill Paxton plays it so perfectly.
Yeah.
He's just like this guy who comes home at work and he loves his kids and he takes care of them. But watching that and putting yourself in this kid's eyes, where your dad just one day, it's scary as fuck, dude. Because one day your parents come home and one of them's fucking crazy.
Wake you up in the middle of the night,
and you can see it. 10 years from now, I will be on a CNN documentary, and people will be talking about how fucking crazy this family was. And what I still watch the movie.
I wonder what O.J. Simpson said to his kids.
Juice.
No, look, I get what you're saying, but at the end though, the truth is that Fenton was always the bad one because he did become a serial killer, and I think that is what the end of the result was when God or the angel said he's a demon. You got to kill him because if you don't kill him, he's going to be a serial killer and he's going to grow up and murder people. He's going to take innocent lives. And Adam actually does wind up doing that. He does fulfill that prophecy because he's telling the FBI agent right before he slices his ass up. He says that Fenton always knew I'd come for him. And he goes, I couldn't come to him before God told me to come to him because it would be murder then. See, it is a fucked up kind of weird mentality, but at the same time, it was proven true, and he didn't commit murder because if God told you to do something and it was legit true, I mean, if God actually came out of the clouds and sat down on a stump and said, hey, you doing? It's like, doing good. It's like, I want you to kill this person. It's like, okay, I gotta do it. I mean, it's different then. I mean, it's not like he's just like thinking like God's speaking to him.
God comes down, it's like, someone shit on the coats. You're like, what? I hope it wasn't my coat.
Good little name for me, Jimmy. But yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know. I get where the creepy atmosphere comes on. It would be really scary if you were like a 12-year-old kid and your mom or dad wakes you up in the middle of the night and says, God told me to kill people. I mean, it would be fucking scary, but I'm just glad that it got proven true because that was one of the biggest, like, scary things for me. Is like, that was the most horrifying thing. It's like, what if Bill Paxton was like crazy all along and Adam became like this, you know.
So you believe, when the first time you watched it, did you believe Bill Paxton?
I didn't know. I was hoping.
I was sure Bill Paxton was just fucking crazy.
I didn't know. I was like, I had faith.
Because, I mean, when he's driving and, like, I'm like, that could happen to anyone. This is why the Bible makes some people fucking cuckoo, is because he's literally driving. He's like, he told me I'd see sign. And then he's driving to work one day. And obviously,
that was a cool scene, though.
The sun shines on a barn, and he goes, that must be where my weapons are.
You know, it's funny. After I watched that scene, I've been driving before, and I see, like, a beam of light hitting something. I was like, I should go over there. And I've gone over there, and it's a fucking, like, well. It's like a hose. I'm like, I'm supposed to use this.
If you're looking for it, if you're really looking for it, you can see signs and shit anywhere. I could be like, H2O. This is worn and tattered, just like my life. I gotta fix my life.
There's no light
it's
on that.
sign. Jesus is in my toast.
Then your toast?
Yeah. Toast.
How's it taste?
Powdered toast.
It tastes magical and religious. Look, I mean, it's whatever you want to believe about the Bible is your business. But I'm just saying, in this one with the biblical overtones and the religious stuff, it does make it creepy. But I'm just glad that Bill Paxton, because I fucking love Bill Paxton, got redeemed. Because
he was
and fucking Fenton's a piece of shit anyway. He killed Bill Paxton. You killed Bill Paxton, you're all my shit.
At that time, though, he did the right thing.
No, he didn't.
If he's not a demon...
He was a demon.
But he wasn't a demon.
Because when the movie reveals...
I know,
what
I'm
the
just
guy
saying,
done,
if he wasn't...
Oh, if he wasn't, but that's...
Then he did the right thing.
That's like,
so watching it as a viewer, you were assuming he's doing the right thing. So I wasn't upset at all. I was like, yeah, kill that motherfucker.
Oh, you did?
I love Bill Paxton, but he did try to fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife in True Lies. But no, seriously, like, at that point, you're rooting for him. You're like, yes, kill him, you know? Because if you believe...
I don't know what it was. I think that Bill Paxton was just so convincing in the roles that he played.
He's amazing.
And it was just so genuine. Yeah. Like, I couldn't help but believe him. Fuck, he could be a cult leader, and I'd probably join him. It's like, yeah, you're right, man. There's going to be a spaceship. Let's wear tennis shoes, and Haley Bob Comet's going to come, and I'm going to...
Let's kill ourselves with poison Astro Pops.
But, so, by the way, I want to mention really quick, when he grabs the FBI agent, Matthew McConaughey does with his Lincoln voice, it's weird because when he grabs him, and it shows that he killed his mother, so everything's, like, again, all your sins are revealed, like Ghost Rider.
He killed his mom fucking Halloween 6.
I know, I thought the same thing. The penance stare from Ghost Rider. And it's weird, like, after he touches the note, it's like they get drowsy or something, like, so it's like, it takes something from them, so I guess that's part of the power, is like, when you can grab them, it immobilizes them so you can fucking murder them, so they can't fight back. And it was cool, though, because the guy with the FBI agent's like, you can't kill me because I'm an FBI agent, they're going to be looking for me, they've seen your face. And when you cut after he murders this guy, the FBI agent's like, I don't remember him. I shook his hand and everything. It's all blurred to me. And then when they look at the tapes, it's all blurred out. His face is blurred out. Everything's blurred out. And you find out he's the fucking sheriff of that small town.
That worked out though, because when Bill Paxton was taking them to murder people, like in the van, he was like, "It's broad daylight. We're gonna get caught." He's like, "God will protect us." That's probably how serial killers think. They're like, "No, I'm just gonna kill this person in the middle of fucking Walmart because God's on my side.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be fine." So it added to the creepiness.
Well, and he shakes the FBI agent that takes over the lead in the case. And he's like, "You're a good man." It's like because you could tell that he's a good guy. But it was cool. It was cool, come together kind of scene. And I don't know that there's not really much wrong with this movie. I really fucking love this movie. I mean, there are some problems with it. I know there's some plot holes in it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give it a 9.0 personally. But I will say the only thing I wish they had done more with was when Matthew McConaughey Adam confronts Fenton. And Fenton's sitting there in his house, and he's got these, this bulletin board full of all these the things he's done. And he looks up, and he's drinking, Jack or whatever, and he's looking at the picture, reminiscing about his life as a kid, and he loved his dad and his brother. And then he looks up, and he's like, Adam, and he knows Adam's standing behind him, and he knew that he would come at some point. I just wish that they had expanded on that scene a little bit more.
Had a heat scene, like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro sitting down.
Or something like that. I don't know, it would have been cool. I mean, it's his brother, and I know that maybe Adam was thinking, I let you live the first time. I'm not doing that again. And he even tells him when they're kids, Fenton was like, when you destroy me, because they say destroy demons instead of kill people, but it's like, when you destroy me, make sure you bury me in the rose garden. He's like, I swear to God, I'll kill you. I'll put you in the rose garden. I'm not your brother anymore. That was some scary shit. That was cool though. But those little kids did great. Matthew McConaughey's great. Bill Paxton's great. Everybody was great.
I give it an 8.5 right there with you. I love this freaking movie.
And it was directed by Bill Paxton too.
Exactly. You got to give him huge credit for that. Movie recommendation. While we're talking about this, we're talking about the conversation they were supposed to have. If you guys have never got a chance to see this, and I don't know if I haven't seen it yet. I don't think you have. There's a movie called I can't remember the exact name of it. It was an HBO special, and it was called The Sunshine Express or something. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments because I can't think of it on top of my head. I think it might have been called The Sunshine Express, but it was Tommy Lee Jones and Samuel L. Jackson in a room together, and they literally just talk. And they talk religion and all that stuff, and it gets deep and crazy, and I won't give anything away past that. But if you've never seen that movie, fucking watch it.
Well, I'm not
crazy.
I don't want you to reveal it because he gave me kind of spoilers in it when he was telling me about it. But it sounds fucking amazing. It does. I gotta watch it.
It's so good, man.
We should review it.
We should. No one ever talks about it. But anyway, so that's the movie recommend. You give it a 9, I give it an 8.5. We both love this movie. We both miss Bill Paxton. We all miss Bill Paxton. And
I swear to God, I want to say this before we go. When you say underrated,
when you say yes, I say no.
When you say underwear, you say boxers. But
when you say boxers, when you say nothing at all,
it completes me. No, I mean when you say underrated though, it's the only way to describe this movie. Go. So underrated. You have to say all that because this movie is an extremely, extremely underrated movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think there's people out there that probably pass it over just because
a lot of people don't know it exists, man. Watch Frailty. It's on Netflix. It was cool Netflix to do that too. Right after he passed, they added it.
Awesome.
So badass. 5,000.
I mean. Your VCR, what does he say? Your VCR should cover it, for starters. And for God's sake, will you cover yourself? Weird Science, great one too.
Comment down below, guys. Let us know what you think about Frailty. Have you seen it? Have you seen the Sunshine movie I'm talking about? We love your fucking faces. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some whammo, Benny. I don't believe them.
If you don't subscribe, I'm going to get Otis and I'm going to kill your fucking demon ass.
We watched a movie. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie.